It's time for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 6. So the last chapter ended to where Shikamaru was listening to a conversation with Armando talking about how his daughter's code is implanted in the Kawaki instead of Boruto, and how he found it weird that his memories were altered, or he at least deducted that. And this chapter started with Shikamaru in a meeting with the elders of Konoha, which is crazy because they're still alive. And they're talking about how they want to kill Boruto for the Land of Fire, and how everybody in the Land of Fire is anxious because Boruto is a rogue ninja and what he did to Naruto. And you gotta imagine, this was Kawaki who did this to Naruto. So if word gets out that Kawaki was the one who actually trapped Naruto, or quote unquote tried to kill Naruto, then it's going to be crazy of what they actually are going to do to this guy. It's crazy to see what they're actually willing to do to this guy for someone who tried to kill the Hokage. Well, it's actually pretty understood because like they tried to kill the Hokage. Why wouldn't they? So they also asked my boy Shikamaru to actually become the actual 8th Hokage instead of the temporary one, which this entire time we assumed, or I assumed, that he was the Hokage, which is pretty cool that he said, I'll think about it, you know? Then you see it cut to the Hokage's office where Shikamaru asked Ino to get some documents for him, and it was seemingly for old missions that they were running in the Leaf Village. So after they have this handoff, she decides to talk to him through her mind transmission jutsu because Shikamaru didn't want Ida or anybody to listen to their conversation, and he was just asking her to do some things that were out of the norm for the Hokage, in which he noted that he wasn't really the Hokage. Then it cuts to Kawaki and Ida just talking and having this discussion. Ida was telling Kawaki about the Divine Tree and how it was going to come and find Naruto Uzumaki specifically, and then she was starting to say herself, and then Kawaki was like, oh Naruto, it's gonna be Naruto that's gonna get caught, whatever. So like he just goes haywire, and Damon tells him, he was like, hey man, if shit hits the fan, I don't care if you die, I only care about me and my sister. And so Kawaki just gets a little bit upset, and so he decides to leave. And then when he leaves, you see Mitsuki outside right next to him, and Kawaki being Kawaki gets upset and like, oh man, this guy's here again or whatever. So, and Mitsuki, I feel like, you know, he felt that a little bit because he just didn't say anything, you know, he just was quiet, like normal. As Kawaki and Mitsuki are talking, Kawaki suddenly senses Boruto's presence while Boruto is telling Sadara about how Sasuke got caught and how Sasuke is part of the Divine Tree now, and just this story about Code and what's going on with the Divine Tree, and how Code has Ishiki's cells in his body because of his karma, and because of that it made this crazy influence to the Divine Tree to where it's progressing in an unorthodox way to where they became a Senju already, instead of like going through this entire process where the Ten Tails had to absorb all the chakra of a Otsutsuki at this point in Otsutsuki. And as Boruto is telling this story, Shikamaru interrupts through the mind transmission jutsu that he was using with Inu, and just, you know, kind of warns him that somebody's coming to attack him, which is crazy because this is the Hokage warning Boruto that somebody's coming to attack him in his own village. So the person that shows up is Mitsuki and not Kawaki, because Mitsuki put Kawaki to sleep, and at this point Kawaki is just getting bodied by everybody, seemingly. Well, he didn't really beat anybody up yet. And what Mitsuki is saying is he contacted Shikamaru and basically said, hey, I put Kawaki to sleep and I'm gonna pursue Boruto by myself because Kawaki is not a good tracker. And I thought that was kind of funny because like, damn, like everybody's shitting on Kawaki now that he was shitting on everybody else, I guess, for the last 3 years. Boruto escapes after a few clashes with Mitsuki and tells Sadara that he'll be back to the village. In these clashes with Mitsuki and Boruto, Boruto does a smooth flying Rasen technique, and like, if this story is going to be like this, Boruto basically just needs to solo all the Kages just like Sasuke did, just to, you know, prove that he was better than how Sasuke was, and prove that he's better in the 5th Great Ninja War against everybody. So Shikamaru's telling Boruto how he's putting 2 and 2 together after listening to Armando's conversation before, and by mid-conversation he calls Boruto by his last name, Uzumaki, which was apparently pretty weird for him to say himself. Thinking back, if he's looking at all these old records saying Boruto Uzumaki and just have a picture of him on the shoulders of Naruto when he was a kid, I don't see how it took 3 years for these guys to finally be like, oh, yep, you know what? Maybe there is something going on here. And as Boruto seemingly was ready to say, yes, that's his name, Mitsuki come back and he's ready for a fight a second time. And my predictions are that Mitsuki and Boruto is going to have a fight, and Mitsuki's going to lose or ultimately feel something's off to where he understands that Boruto is his real quote-unquote son that he's been missing this entire time. And I don't know, I just think as the child of Orochimaru, Mitsuki should know something's going off, because Kawaki's been like doing him dirty for apparently the last 3 years. Like, if I were Mitsuki, I'd get tired of it, and I feel as if by the end of this, he should understand something to where he's not the only one out of the immediate group that doesn't understand, like, hey man, this was my friend for so long. Maybe this is the actual guy that I grew up with. I mean, he did tell Sadara in the chapter that he doesn't have any time to be soft, so I feel as if he's already somewhat feeling something within him. So I'm thinking he's gonna be like, oh wow, Boruto, you really are my son, after he gets beat up a little. So the way this is unfolding, Shikamaru says that he can't officially help Boruto, and it seems as if he's not gonna officially take the Hokage's seat so that he can help Boruto from behind the scenes. So maybe he's gonna give Boruto the good old Orochimaru treatment, like the 3rd or the 5th Hokage. I'm actually glad that Shikamaru was a real one for not accepting the 8th Hokage, because he respects Naruto that much, or believes Naruto's not dead. So I give much love to the much deserved. The way the story is unfolding, I feel as if later down the line, Ishiki is going to get resurrected to where the divine tree is going to become whole again. Either he's going to do it via means of Kawaki or Ida. It seems either or would be something to make them seem as if the world is going to end. So I'm thinking it's going to be those two. You know, Boruto has basically plot armor, and he's going to save Sadara. You see how Kishimoto was trying to ship them this chapter. I think from the reader's view, the story's progressing a little fast in terms of people within the village seeing that Boruto is actually Naruto's son. So I want to see where Kishimoto is going, to where it plays out well, because as of right now, it seems like Naruto, but the Sasuke version. So waiting to see how the future chapters unfold. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Was this chapter a banger or a flop? And like and subscribe if you want more. Thank you.